Can they stop you from giving your thoughts and opinions?
No.
They can't stop doing that.
Well, look, that gets incredible. If you go back to June of 2024, when they got caught doing the fake auction and all that, they had the former federal prosecutor and head lawyer, my main inquisitor, it looks like Eddie Munster, come down here with the one dad whose name I had said, and they would kind of bow up at the entrance and buck, raw dog me, it was just pathetic. And they thought we were going to be shut down that day. And they put filings in saying, you can pull this up in Bloomberg, the 13th Amendment does not apply to Alex Jones. It applies to everyone else. He's a special case. We own his name. We own his likeness, basically. We own all. And remember, they went to X and said, we want real Alex Jones. And they said, no, we own that sub URL. And if you can sue and say you can get his content, then you show us the right court ruling. We'll let you download his content, but you will not get real Alex Jones. And Elon spent a bunch of money, got the whole file, countersued them, and they had to back off. Did you guys pull the 13th Amendment thing?
I'm looking.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's in a Bloomberg article. So lawyers say the 13th Amendment is Alex Jones is a special case. 13th Amendment doesn't apply to him. So they literally that's against indentured servitude and slavery. So they literally, if you want to, I think the headline will be like, the families, it's always the families, not Democrat PR firms and think tanks, the families of Sandy Hook want Alex Jones' social media. And it's in a Bloomberg article about that. It's also in articles X to intervene in Alex Jones' case.
There you go. You just found it, Rob. All the way at the top. Isn't that the one? Reuters? Reuters is probably quoting 1 to see. That's the one. Click on it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. The point is, you can read the filing. They said,
right.
They literally said they own my name. Well, only if you sign a 360 contract like Prince did with Sony or whatever it was, you can sell your likeness and you can sell your name. I've always free to aired my information. In fact, they had a big problem even saying they can own the catalog because I've always said in contracts online, so stations can play us without asking TV stations. I always say this is a free, non-exclusive license to the world. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The 13th Amendment does not apply to him.
Wow.
You got to read the filing. I mean, you can't make this up, man. I mean, they literally, and imagine I'm walking into the courtroom, just like this. We're like,
ready to get
and
you.
one time my security had to come over because one of them came over like, he's gonna, and he's like, you only gave us $300 million. We only live off you. We only made all this up about you. But they just got to act like I'm this bad guy. It's fucking crazy, man. I just laugh at them like, you fucking lunatics.
Holy
and like one guy looks like Eddie Munster, like walks like a flying monkey. Like it was like, man, my lawyers are like, who are these people?
Do these clips exist or no?
There's no cameras in a federal court. I'm just saying, you got to see these people to believe them. Because they know I haven't done any of this stuff, and they'll just sit there going, every time I turn around, they're just going like, and I'm just like, dude, you know you made $300 million off me. I didn't do any of this. The worst they got is me with a caller one time going, yeah, I can see how it's totally fake, synthetic event. I just move on to the next person. Like I said day one, I think Jussie Smollett's fake. If it was real, it's not why am I bad? You know?
Yeah, it's wild seeing from there to now. Alex, if today you're 22 and you're the same wiring, you're getting started in social media today, doing the same thing you're doing, would you do anything differently?
Oh, I definitely. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would have interviewed like those professors and stuff that were saying it didn't happen. I mean, because.
You wouldn't have interviewed those guys.
No, I wouldn't have because it allowed me to be set up. I mean, here's an example. People. There's a whole genre of real conspiracy theories where people speculate. What I've always done is really just cover news and analyze stuff people don't know about. The trouble I've gotten in is when I cover somebody else doing something, it then gets attributed to me. Like I said at the start of the show, after it came out in the WikiLeaks emails, WikiLeaks that were confirmed to be real in 2016, all this horrible Satanism, Aleister Crowley delivering kids the hot tub for Podesta, We were just some of the people covering that. CNN, MSNBC, New York Times all covered 4chan and 8chan that were putting out disinformation so they could discredit the real info. I just barely even covered them and said, I think they're wrong. I then got blamed for what they did. Now we know from the emails of Epstein and others, they were working with 8chan and 4chan to plant that. You see, but even when I even talked about it, they then turned around and said, because I was the target, you are the one, and tried to sue me, but that didn't go anywhere. So, but the Democrats used that off record. I can't talk about what happened off record. They used that threat. This is back 2017 to get me to go to D.C. to have a conference about some stuff. It wasn't just Pizzagate; it was other things. And they said, "Okay, well, this person's took them days to even get around to who this person is, but in a huge law firm, all this. But if you'll just stop and work with us, $50 million a year." And I said, I'm not going to do it. And they said, fine, you're going to get sued, you're going to get destroyed. And then that's when all this started up. But I mean, I've met with Democrats that you see on TV, the lawyers and stuff. And it's just point blank, Alex, we like you, come join us right now. And I'm like, no. So that's why when I'm down lower level and their lower level lawyers are at a mediation, with me, the head of the Koskoff firm, the judge and my lawyer, and the meeting starts, he goes, you ever seen the Godfather movie? And I go, yeah. And he goes, well, we're like that. We run the state. And you're going to lose. So I got you down here for this mediation. I'm going to go talk to your lawyer, and he'll tell you the message. And the retired judge was like, wow, that was weird. I've known him for years and act like that. And then I get in the car with my lawyer, and he goes, well, I go, let me guess, they want me to come meet and agree to this and not talk about the Second Amendment. But he goes, yeah, how'd you know? And I said, I've got this before. So that was just the lower level giving me the message from the higher level. Like, here's the $50 million, and then by the time, we just won't destroy you down here. And I'm like, dude, like, they think I'm for sale. I don't know how to sell out. In fact, I have so much energy and stuff because I'm going to fight for my life. And so I'm going to, and so I wish I never would have stepped into their trap. But the way God works in mysterious ways, I kind of think maybe I shouldn't have any regrets because it was all a learning process. And I learned so much, and how they operate got exposed in the process. And I believe in the end, things like this is going to bring them down. So, I mean, look how Mike Lindell, a judge finds him guilty, no jury, but then months later, everything about the companies comes out just like he said. Well, and now they called Lindell, he was on my show 2 weeks ago, you got to get him on. And he named names, and they said, listen, we'll drop our lawsuit against you, and maybe even, take care of some of the back money that you spent fighting us. Oh, if you'll just not attack us anymore. And Mike said, I didn't attack you. I told the truth. And he said, I'll see you in court, and hung up on him. So see, now they've found him in default. Good, let's have the jury trial later this year. Now that they've already been indicted and it's all coming out. See how it works? So enough time on this. It's coming out about all of them. Does that make sense?
It does. I have one last question I want to ask you before we wrap up. You had an interaction with Marco Rubio. I don't know what it was, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Rob, do you have that clip? This one right here. Go ahead and play the clip, Rob.
Google, does Facebook, does
That's why you didn't get elected.
Do they need to be regulated like do they need to be regulated?
Marco Rubio, the snake. Little frat boy here.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Who are you, man? Who
Yeah,
is
sure.
this guy? I swear to God, I don't
You
know
better
who
hope
you
you
are,
can
man.
deplatforming. Tens of millions of views.
InfoWars.
Bigger than Rush Limbaugh. He knows who InfoWars is.
But
Playing this joke over here. That's why the
Right
platforming
there.
didn't work.
That's there. Whatever the timeline is. What year is this, Rob? Can you pull up the year?
I remember this is like 8.5 years ago.
Okay. From there to now watching how he's handling himself, has your opinion about him changed?
Well, first, I want to be clear about this clip.
Please.
They were having hearings about censorship where they were talking about me, and the Google head was there, but I couldn't ask questions. So I'm already hot and bothered, and they got these scrums all over. So I walk over, and he's doing a scrum with like 4 or 5 reporters. So I sit there politely, and we put the raw video out, but then they banned us right after this, so we should re-upload it. So much stuff that I remember, we'll try to find the full thing. I walk over, and I'm polite, and I wait. And I say, shouldn't we do something about censorship and what's been happening to InfoWars? Because that just happened. And he goes, who are you? And then he turns and ignores me, so I wait a while. Then I start being smart mouth. So the media cut it to make me look like I'm a dick, you understand? So I didn't just walk over to him and be a jerk.
Have you guys ever interacted prior to this or no?
Well, no, but Here's the thing. I've always thought he was competent, very well-spoken. And I knew he used to be more neoconish. That's how the structure was. He's been a great guy for Trump. He's got the best numbers of anybody in there. And so I don't want to be enemies with Marco Rubio. In fact, 6 months ago, I know I'm in there, they told me they got into the State Department documents of the 12 people they're mainly targeting when Trump first got in at first. I'm one of them. And then we know it went up to 30. And I've got these documents, a bunch of them. I'm in Crossfire Hurricane. I'm in Arctic Frost. I'm in it all, man. I've been, oh yeah, I forgot the Sandy Hook thing. It was the CIA went and that's come out and got the Justice Department to do that as well. CIA, FBI ran all this. I forgot that. The FBI initiated the lawsuits, all of it. So I was trying to get him to do something about it. You know, I advised J.D. Vance when I already knew he had the nomination. Nobody knew it. We met up in Detroit, and I explained. I said it's the Countering Foreign Disinformation Propaganda Act of Obama. That's how they put the stay-behind networks or sleeper cells in. When Trump got in, they put a couple $2 billion that tied into other agencies that already had money for other programs, over $20 billion, to be able to then engage in propaganda and undermining you. And Vance is like, yeah, we're on that. We know about that. But the point is that all the stuff Mike Benz now has just vindicated all that. But I've been aware of this whole plan, and that's why they've been after me, is because I actually know how their plans operate. Sorry. Oh, back to Marco Rubio. I would like to be nice to Marco Rubio, but he goes on to basically threaten to kick my ass in the club. He says
that day.
Yeah, he says if you touch me again, I'm going to have you dealt with. And I said, oh, your bodyguard? He goes, no, I'll take care of him myself.
He said that. Good for him. Question I got for you is, right now, okay, this is February 12th is what it is right now. Who is your number one candidate, draft pick for 2028 president on the Republican side? Is it him or Vance?
Is it who I think can win? Or is
primary general? Because those are two different things.
I like J.D. Vance better and think he's very well spoken, and is presidential material. I trust him more, but I gotta say, I think both in the primary and in the general, I think even though they're best buddies and two peas in a pod, I think that's because Rubio's keeping his competition close. I'd have to say Rubio's got the edge.
Rubio's got the edge.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Even though you like JD, you think Rubio's got the edge.
Well, there's enough, though, conservatives that are anti-war that might taint it. But just for his performance and the way the way he comes off, Vance comes off great, too. But Rubio gets to also be at the big peace summits and the war operations and, all that really powerful stuff. So, and then he handles it very well. He comes off very presidential. So I'm just being honest with you.
Okay, sounds good. Guys, you've been asking this for a long time. It's official. Alex Jones is on Manect. You can officially ask him any questions on Manect. And I know for the longest time you guys have been saying, let's get Alex on. Rob, I don't know if the QR code is going to be on the bottom or not, or an ability to ask him questions. You guys may have stories of Epstein, angles, other questions, things you want to share with him. You can officially Manect them.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.